Hello, everyone. This is Francis, and today I'm going to discuss to you the InterSystems TrakCare module for the operating room. Now, once you log into your account, it will tell you to select your role. Now, for this session, we're going to focus more on the OT nurse role. This is your home screen. Now, your home screen is composed of two parts. You have here the OR search and the OR room list. Now, we discuss first the room search. Now, in order for us to navigate efficiently with the module, we have to set up things beforehand before we manipulate anything in the home page. Now, for the date, by default, it is showing the date from yesterday and the date from today. Now, since we're only interested for the date today, what we do is key in the letter T and then enter. And it will show you the current date for today. Now, for our statuses, these are the filter fields that we are going to use in order for us to locate our patients within the OR list based on their corresponding statuses. Now, we discuss first what those statuses are. Now, if we say requested, it means that there is a booking request made. It's only a booking, it's not cleared yet. Now, if we say it's booked, it means the booking request is cleared and it's booked by the SAC. Now, for arrived, it means that the patient has arrived inside the OR. Now, for sent for and sent for acknowledgement, these are the equivalent of our call patient and nurse acknowledgement. So, despite any changes to the statuses, once you set up your fields like this, you'll never get lost. Now, since we already set up our search parameters, we click on lock. This function allows us to maintain the search fields as it is. It will not revert back to default. Now, click on find, and as you would notice, it would show you the OR list for this date. Okay, for this exercise, I will call in the patient. A nurse acknowledgement was sent and received. And now, okay. And once patient has arrived in the OR, then you can click on arrive. This will prompt you to this screen. It will ask you what waiting room would you place your patient in. Will it be holding bay 1 or holding bay 2? Okay, so I will choose holding bay 1 and click on update. Okay, now if you want to view the pre-op documents of your patients, you have two ways. It's either you click on this pencil icon. It will show you have your pre-op checklist here and your consent. Or you can go to the action menu, go to flow sheet, and click on the pre-op checklist or your consents. Okay. Now for the pre-op checklist, we're going to do, click on that one. So this is our pre-op checklist. It is similar to what we have been using with the current HIS. So on your left side, we have here the pre-op checklist that was done by the ward nurse. And on the right side, this is our part that we're going to accomplish. So I'm just going to take on a few things here. Okay. So once everything is answered or tick, click on update. Now, if you want to view the consent, click here and it will show you the consent. Okay. Now, since we already placed the patient inside the holding bay, what we're going to do is go to the menu, go on map, and it will direct you to this page. So the map is the visual representation of the OR. It will show you what rooms are running and how many patients are there in the holding bay. So you have here holding bay 1, holding bay 2, OR rooms 1 to 10. Then you have recovery waiting area and PACO cubicles here. Now, of course, since we are in the holding bay, we're going to perform the surgical checklist. So we go to the flow sheet, go to the safety checklist, and fulfill the first part. Okay, then I'm going to enter all the names of the participants of the sign in and then update. Now, if I want to go back to the flow to the safety checklist to do the timeout and the sign out, same principle, go to the safety checklist, click on this one, the one that we have made, and then scroll down and click on the appropriate tick boxes for timeout and sign out. Okay. Now, if we're going to move the patient from the holding bay to the OR rooms, what we need to do is click on your patient, then click on the corresponding room. So if I take this patient is booked in room 10, if I believe, but if I take on another room, it will show me that I cannot do that because this patient is not meant for OR room 1. It is meant for another room. So I will click on room 10. Now, after that, it will show you this page. It's called the perioperative movements. So it will tell you that your patient in is 1341. Now, important thing is you have to do the patient in first before anesthesia attaches the monitors. Because with TrakCare, all our monitors are integrated with the system. Okay, so click update. Okay. Now, if we're going to start the document, click on the patient again. 3 buttons. Go to flow sheet. So this is your flow sheet. You have here your action menus here. You have here your vital signs tab, your medications tab if there's any, the fluid balance tab, and the drains. Okay. Okay. As you can see from the screen with the vital signs tab, you can see here the red line. It means that we are patient in at 1343. Now, if I'm going to document the start time for anesthesia, I will go on to the action menus, action buttons, and click on anesthesia start. It will show you a green line, meaning that anesthesia has been started. Now, if I want to click in operation start, a blue line would appear. It would tell me that the operation has started at this time. Now, if you want to edit your timings here, there are 2 ways. The first way is to go onto the red line here and adjust the time backwards or forwards. Then click again the button. Since I'm planning to adjust the anesthesia start time, I will click on anesthesia start. The second method is if you would go here at the three buttons and go to perioperative movements, you can edit your start time. Okay. Now, if you want to document urine output and everything, or drain output, you go either to the fluid balance or for the drains. Now, for example, I want to monitor the urine output. So I go to fluid balance. I scroll down and then select the box with appropriate time for me to enter the urine output. Then update. So it will show you that there is 100 cc of urine at around 1400. Now for the items count. You have to enter each item one by one. So if I want to add our consumables, let's say sponge 4x4, I start with 10 initially, then click on add, and then 45x45, initial is 10, and then I add, so on and so forth. Now, if there are any added items for each of my consumable, what you do is go to the pencil icon. Let's say I added 5 and then add. So it's the same process until you reach the final count. For instruments, all of our sets are listed here. You're only going to have to select which one that you used. So let's say I've used adenoset number 1. Then type in the number, the initial count, and then add. If you want to do the second and the third count, click on the pencil icon again and just document the second and third count. If you have any individuals, you can document it here. All our inventory is listed here. So you're just going to have to select, put on the quantity, and then add. Now, if there is a case in which you have like count discrepancy, here you have this form here available. Now we click update, and our count sheet is now documented. Now we go on now to our intra-op nursing interventions. This is the equivalent of our perioperative nursing notes. So whatever you did to the patient, you just have to document it using tick boxes or drop down. You have here for the safety straps, chemical agents for shaving and skin prep. You have here for the bear hugger, for the STD, for the tourniquet. You have here for the diathermies. You have here for the dressing, for the closure type, and any tubes that you applied to the patient. And then, once everything is documented, click update. We also have here staff attendance. So click that on that and go to other staff. So you will document here all the staffing that you have in your case. You can put their roles and their names and then click on update. You also have here a tab for laser documentation if you use laser on your procedure. We have it available here. We also have a tab here for patient position. So from here, you document the position that you made to the patient, especially if there are multiple positions for a particular procedure. So for example, we do a lithotomy for our patient, then we document what time did we perform the lithotomy, then update. Now, let's say from after some time, they changed position. So you document what position they made after. So let's say it's prone. What time did they initiated that prone position? And then update. Since TrakCare does not have a free text option to document, especially if there are like events that happen like code blue or whatever, we are given here the clinical event and summary tab. So from here, you can document what happened to your patient. Now for this example, let's say that we have a bleeding episode for this procedure. So we click on date, what time it happened, and what is the event. So let's say it's bleeding. Then update. Now if we go back to our flow sheet, you would notice that there is a green dot that appeared. It means that a bleeding episode happened during at this time. Now, if you want to finish your operation, you can click Operation Finish. You would notice that the blue line stop. And then anesthesia finish. Notice the green light has stopped. Now for nursing handover, click on this button and it will direct you to the handover. As you would notice, the fields here are very straightforward. You only have to tick a few items and that's it. Now, if you want to move your patient out now to PACU, just click on Theater Out. Now, if you would notice, if you go back to our map again, our patient is no longer here in OR10, but instead it's in the recovery waiting area. Now, it's the job of the PACU to transfer this patient to whatever cubicle that patient is assigned to. So this ends my tutorial for the TrakCare OR module. Thank you very much.